Hey everybody, Miss Susan here. Today we are going to learn how to make a felted soap. So in your kit you will have a package of 100% wool roving, and this should be more than enough to do a bar of soap, probably multiple bars of soap. So you'll have some colors you can work with, and the first thing you need to do is unwrap the wool and really stretch it out and thin it out quite a bit so that it's going to cover your soap. So I'm going to keep stretching and thinning this wool. And the goal is that we would have a piece that's not got a lot of lumps in it. If you were to just use the wool right out of the package, I think it would end up quite lumpy. So let's see how this looks. We're going to be able to wrap that all the way around, and I'm just going to pull that apart right there. And once you have it wrapped around in one direction, you'll want to do another piece in another direction. So I went around this way, and I'm going to wrap it around this way. So I'm going to pull it so that it's longer, and we'll wrap it this way. It looks like everything's covered, so I still have quite a large piece left, plus my other two colors. We're going to go ahead and take one of the other colors, and I'm going to stretch it out and thin it out. And wrap it around kind of as a decorative piece, like this. Right around the middle. And I'm going to be happy with that. We'll see what that turns out like. I still have a whole bunch that I haven't unwrapped. So you can see, I think I can probably get 3 or 4 bars of soap done with that amount of wool. The next thing we're going to do is take a bowl of warm water and start getting the wool wet a little at a time. We're not going to go ahead and dump the whole bar of soap in the bowl. We're just going to pat some water on here and start squeezing and getting it all wet. Now this process could take 15 to 20 minutes of just tapping and rubbing, and as you'll see later, we're going to be really massaging it a lot to get it to start shrinking and taking form. I feel like it's pretty wet now, and you can see the soap bubbles coming up. So now we're going to start just rubbing and squeezing and massaging this until it starts taking form. It might be a good idea to have a towel or something to wipe off some of the foam, the soap suds with. I don't know, I've never done this before, so we're learning together here. But eventually, with all the massaging and rubbing that we do, it should get real tight around the bar of soap, and we shouldn't be able to pull any of it away. It'll just become all one piece. I've seen some videos of other people that do this felting process, and they put the bar of soap in a nylon stocking, like the toe of a nylon stocking. So that's another thing you could try. But I think the risk with that is that the nylon stocking gets felted right into the rest of the wool, and then it gets hard to remove. So I'm going to grab a towel and wipe some of the suds off, and then I'm going to keep massaging and rubbing and turning this for a few minutes, and then I'll come back. Okay, I'm back the next morning, and everything looks good. It's all dry and pretty well stuck to the bar of soap. There's a couple of areas that look a little bare, a couple of bare spots, and there's one hanging thread here that I might trim, but I would consider going over this again with another round of wool just to cover any bare spots. This spot looks a little bare as well. So I could easily go over and do the whole procedure once more and make sure this is well covered. And these would make great gifts for Mother's Day, or if you got a Dove bar, kind of the shape of an egg, it would make a neat Easter gift. I would recommend that you don't get a bar of soap that has very sharp corners. That would tend to poke through the wool. So if you have a sharp cornered bar of soap, you might want to use a knife and just round out the edges so they don't poke through real easily. But anyway, that was a great first try, and I've got plenty of wool left that I can make some more. So thanks for joining me. I hope you have great success with your felted soap bar. Bye.